pressure. There's just too much pressure. There's just too.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about how we can be more productive working from home. So I've been working from home since March 2020 when I became a full-time author, and I know more and more of us are starting to work from home, and at the moment in the UK there is a lockdown, so we are being told to work from home. So I thought it'd be an ideal opportunity to share some of the tips that have made me more productive this year working from home, in the hopes that it might help you guys. And I thought I'd wear Wonder Woman hoodie as well to get us in the mood for being super productive. I would just like to put a little disclaimer here to say that I'm not always productive. Like, you are going to have good days and bad days when you work from home, I think. But if I do all these things, I know it really does help me. So I really hope it might help you as well. Hit the thumbs up button if you are working from home, just so we can see how many of us there are. And yeah, sit back, relax, and maybe grab a pen and paper if something speaks to you during this video. And I really hope it might give you some useful information, advice and tips, and hopefully we can be more productive by the end of it. So my first tip for being more productive working from home is to set a routine for yourself. I really do think there needs to be a structure to your day to really help you be productive. And it really helps if you have a think about what works best for you. So for me, I know that I'm more productive earlier on during the day. I like to get to my laptop as soon as I can to start work on my book. And then by about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, I start to lose motivation. I start to lose focus, especially in these winter months when it starts to get dark and chilly. So I like to make sure I achieve what I want to achieve as early as possible, because I know by that time I am ready to walk away from the laptop. So I think it's really helpful to try and find what works for you in terms of your daily routine. Obviously, if you work for a company, you're going to have to work set office hours. I work for myself, so I can do what I like. But you can still structure your day to be as most productive for you as possible. So you can choose, when you actually start work, what breaks you take, when you finish, when you do that most important difficult task, when you do the easier task, when you do your admin, things like that. So yeah, I think creating a routine and a structure for your day is really important to make you as focused, as productive and as motivated as possible. So my second tip is start the day as you mean to go on. And it sounds really kind of straightforward, but sometimes the best things in life are. So for me, I am definitely much more productive if I get up and get ready. So I get up about 7 a.m. I make sure I have breakfast. I have that really nice morning cup of tea. Then I have a shower. I try to always make my bed, and then I get dressed. So I think there's a temptation when you work from home to kind of lounge around in your pajamas. But even if you get up and you put on something comfy like this, I still think it's really important to kind of mark that start time of your work day and make you be focused to start your work, to get to that desk in the same way that you would get ready and you would walk and you would commute to work. I think it's still really important to get ready to face the day ahead. So my third tip is basically to get as organised as you can. It really helps me to be productive if I know what I'm working towards. So I set myself goals for the week. So for me, that might be write a certain number of words for my next book, or write a certain amount of chapters, or at the moment I'm editing my 4th book in the Glendale Hall series. So I might say to myself, right, you need to edit 50 pages today, or by the end of the week, I want you to have finished editing the book. And obviously you will use any deadlines you've got to help you kind of set those plans. So I know my edits have to be in at the end of this month. So I work out what I need to do each week to hit that goal. I think it's super important. I don't think you can be productive if you don't know what you're working towards. And obviously every job will be different. Every goals will be different. You obviously need to work out what works for you, what your deadlines are and what your goals are. But yeah, I think before you start work, you really need to know what you're aiming for that week. So tip number 4 is to plan your work. So once you've got the goals for the week, you know what you need to do, then you need to think about how you're going to do it. So I have a weekly planner pad. So every day I write down what I need to do that day, and also any sort of admin things I need to do. If I need to write an email, or if I've got a Zoom meeting, or if I need to film a YouTube video, I put it all down so I know each day what I need to do. And that really does help kind of structure my day, help me know that I'm going to achieve what I need to achieve by the end of the week, and stop me procrastinating basically. So I think really to be productive, you really need to plan as much as you possibly can. Obviously, again, depending on your job, new things I'm sure are going to pop up all the time. But if you have a plan for your day, if nothing is going to crop up, then you know what you need to do and you can get on with it, and then you can deal with problems or new situations as they arise. So my next tip is to have a dedicated workspace. So I have my own desk area with all my stationery, my books that I've already written to keep me motivated, and obviously my laptop. We can't all have our own office or our own desk even, but I do think a dedicated space to work is really helpful. I think if you just sit in bed or you sit on the sofa, you will be more easily distracted. You might put the TV on, or if you live with other people, they might think, oh, you can just chat, that you're not actually working. And I think it definitely makes you more productive if you've got an area to go to, you know that's where you work, and also it makes it easier to switch off at the end of the day because you can walk away from that area and know that you're now in rest time. So for me, it's really important to have that kind of dedicated work area, in the same way as if you were working outside the home, you would go to an office. So tip number 6 is to take regular breaks. I think this is super important, not only to make you more productive and motivated, to help you concentrate, to help you focus, but it is really important for your mental and physical health, because you need to stop, you need to hydrate, you need to eat something. So if only you take a lunch break, that is really important. But if you can take a couple of tea breaks, or even just eye breaks, like I think you need to look away from the screen several times. I think there's a saying that it's like a 20-20 rule, that if you work for 20 minutes, you need to look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds to rest your eyes. I think that's really important. But I definitely would recommend a lunch break to help you be more productive and also to look after yourself. So make that cup of tea, have that sandwich, step away from the screen, maybe even step away from your phone, maybe read a chapter of a book, for example. Something to just take you away, even if it's for 20 minutes, half an hour. I think it definitely makes me more productive, having that break time. And I think it's just really important for your health. So I hope you guys like this next tip, because it is to treat yourself. I am really big on giving yourself rewards. If you hit those goals, if you hit those daily tasks, then you treat yourself, you give yourself something to aim for as well. So for example, and these don't have to be big rewards. It could be literally, if I finish this piece of work, I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea and have a biscuit, or I'm going to go outside and get some fresh air, or I can go on Instagram for half an hour if I do this, or I can watch the next episode of whatever Netflix series I'm watching. You get the idea. Obviously, hopefully you work in a place or you work for someone that might give you rewards if you hit really big goals. That's lovely. But I think in terms of keeping you focused and productive on the day, it's always nice to have an end point in mind, a little treat for yourself at the end of the day. You know, if I finish writing this chapter, I can curl up at 4 o'clock and watch something. That really helps me. And yeah, often I'm like, quick, go faster, checking the time. I can do it. And I just think it really spurs me on to have that little treat, that little reward at the finish line, basically. So I just mentioned this in the last tip as a potential reward for yourself, and I do think it is important to try and get some fresh air. Maybe not every day, because there's always so much to do, I know, but maybe you could set yourself a goal of 2 or 3 times a week. Just get outside, have a little walk. I think getting away from your desk, from your home home environment, which is now your work environment, just for that walk is really important. And during lockdown, we are allowed to go out for that daily walk. So yeah, I think definitely I find for my health, for my motivation and productivity, it does help to get outside as much as I can for a refreshing walk. And so yeah, I think if you are able to do that, that would be really helpful as well. So my next tip is to stay connected. So there's definitely a danger if you work from home that you can become a bit isolated and a bit lonely. So definitely make sure you reach out. If you obviously work for a company, hopefully you'll have colleagues and a manager that you can reach out to, and you'll probably have video meetings and phone calls with them. If you work for yourself like me, I think it's really important to try and find some other people who do a similar job, who can just support you, chat things through, and there's just someone to like message, oh, I finished my chapter today, or I'm really stuck on this plot point. Like I really like reaching out to my author friends on things like that. And I also have like my agent and my publishers as well to have like meetings and chats with. So yeah, I think it does help you to stay motivated and productive if you've got some people you can check in with, but also they can hold you to account sometimes. So you could say, you know, don't let me go online until I do this chapter, or, you know, I need to finish this by the end of the week, and they can help keep you on track. You can help keep each other on track. And yeah, I just think it's just nice to kind of check in with people during the day as well. So you're just not sitting there thinking, oh, I'm all on my own, and just get really fed up and unmotivated. I think other people staying connected to the outside world can definitely help with the productive side of things. So we have reached the final tip, number 10, and that is to stick to work hours. I think this is really important, again, not only to be productive, to keep you motivated, but again, for your mental health. I think we all need rest, recuperation hours, and I think there is definitely a danger when you're working from home to carry on working, because you're not separating home and work as you would if you worked outside the home. You'd have that commuting time, you would come home, you'd make dinner, you would relax for the evening. I think when you know that your work is on your mobile phone most of the time nowadays, you could just carry that through to the dinner table. But I do think it's really important to stick to your work hours. So if you work for a company, stick to those office hours. If you work for yourself, set yourself an end time to finish for the day, and give yourself that couple of hours in the evening to relax and recharge, because you're going to be so much more productive the next day if you do that. I believe if you keep working late into the night, or you just don't switch off, then you're going to just start to get really unmotivated, and I think you're just going to feel negative towards your work, because it's all consuming, it's taking over your life as well. You need that work-life balance for sure. So I would really recommend that there's an end point of your day where you step away, you close that laptop, you put your phone away, you focus on relaxing, making dinner, spending time with your family, you know, whatever works for you guys, basically. I think that is really important, and you'll be so much more productive the following day. So there we go. Those were my top 10 tips for being more productive when you work from home. I think we can all agree that most of them are just common sense. Like, we know these things, but it's amazing how many days I forget to do some of these things, or I'm unmotivated and I'm just not productive. So I know if I do those things, it really helps me. So I'm really hoping it helps you guys. I would love to know though, have you got any other tips to be more productive working from home? Please do share them in the comments so we can all have a little look. And yeah, I just love to know your advice. And also, like, how do you find working from home? Do you enjoy it? Do you hate it? What do you like? What do you dislike? Let's chat all things working from home in the comments. But as I said, I really hope this did give you some help. And you enjoyed watching it, and hopefully we can be more productive working from home from now on. Fingers crossed. I hope you're all doing okay, especially here in the UK under this lockdown. Please do take care of yourselves, and I will see you hopefully next time for another video. Please do hit that subscribe button, I forgot to say, if you haven't already. And yeah, take care. See you next time. Bye guys.